Welcome to another episode of Junkie Fixes. I'm Brian, this is my channel. I've also got today with me one of my good old friends, Andy.
How you doing?
We're going to be messing around with his truck today. Andy, why don't you tell us a little bit about your truck and what we're going to do with it?
Sure, no problem. It's a 2020 F-150. It's got the 3.5. It's the twin turbo EcoBoost. Just got it and figured we'd change out some headlights and have some fun with it. It's got the max tow package. It's the XLT, but it's got the L.E.D edition on the inside, so kind of lucky there.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the type of headlights we're going to be using today.
All right, we're going to change out the halogens and put in some, there's sea lights is the brand of them. That's what everybody who's been talking about Ford saying that's your cheaper ones that still work really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and replace the low beams and the high beams. There's a little trick to these that not a lot of people know anymore. You can actually take your high beam and have another set of high beams and put your high beam down in your fog light. So I don't know, a lot of people on other channels are telling you that secret, but it gets rid of all the cutoffs. So you actually be able to have better lighting at the same costs.
What do you mean by cutoffs?
So when you go from your halogen bulb to your LEDs only go so far out and they stop, which everybody knows. Your halogens actually go pretty much farther. But when you put your fog light down in your, put your fog light halogen bulb in there, it projects pretty far out. But your LED won't do that. So that's why they tell you to put the high beam down in the fog light so it projects farther and hits all the sides of the road and you don't have a cutout while you're looking through.
To access these headlights on this truck, you said we got to go through the fender well?
Yes, we got to go through the fender well.
You can see we've got, what are these, 5.5s?
Yes.
5.5s, there's what, three of them. There's two of them. There's a couple of the trim tabs we'll have to remove. For the purpose of this video, we're going to jack the truck up, take the tire off. It's definitely not necessary to do it with this. But just to make it easier to get the camera in there because it's kind of a tight spot to squeeze the camera in. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing up in the air. Alright, so we had a change of plans after jacking it up. There's plenty of space. Plenty of space to get down in here. What we need. We don't even have to take the wheel off, which is great, so it'll save us some time. Let's go ahead and get these tools and start tearing this thing apart. For this job, we will need 5.5 millimeter, which we have right here, going on a 1/4 inch drive ratchet with a flex head. Makes plenty of space to get in there. Here, Andy, I'm gonna let you do this one.
All right.
Since it's your truck. Tightening it, are you?
Not enough Ugga-Duggins.
So is there only two of those?
Two.
Two, and the rest of them are those plastic?
There's two. One is actually it's a screw off. You can screw it off with your hand, and the other one is like a pop rivet.
Oh, knocked one of the lights down.
This one, you can see right there, it's just a screw off with your fingers.
Okay. For the one plastic retainer that we've got in there, he brought up some special little trim tools that should help us get that. Because after you unscrew it, it'll allow it to collapse so we can reach in there and pull it out. Let me see this light here. There we go.
Can you see?
Yep. Huh. You get it?
Yeah, just like that.
Okay, I was zooming in, but he got it. All right. What else we got? Now, do we need to remove
That is
this one?
You don't have to, but you can. That's completely how far back do you want to be able to see.
Okay. Well, let's see what's pull this inner fender out here.
Might have to turn the tire.
So I'm not super familiar with the EcoBoosts. Well, I mean, I know it's a new one for you too.
Yeah.
Is there anything you could tell us about it?
I really don't know too much about it other than I had to get it because my wife wanted to get a camper.
Okay.
I went from an old
So
08.
because the boss said so, huh?
That's because the boss said so. I went from an old 08 4.6 to this. It's a world of difference for me.
Oh, is that Goose you're talking about? Your old blue truck?
Old Goose. The one we worked on forever.
Okay, so we got the inner fender pulled back. Now you can see the back of the headlight housing. Looks like there is actually a couple through the high beam and low beam way stacked. And then the fog light, let's see here, is back right there. So let's move out of the way so he can start changing these out.
Take off the dust covers.
Yeah, you pull the dust covers on there, which they just pop right out. Looks like we'll squeeze them and they come right out.
They remove right out.
So we pulled one of the we pulled the 9005 out, which you said the 9005 is the high beam, right?
Correct.
Okay, Andy, go ahead and put. It comes with these special fancy gloves here for the install, so you don't touch the diodes. Go ahead and try and put them on, and then
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work. Hold that up compared to your hand. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Try it. Let's see what happens. Is it stretching?
It's kind of stretching.
I've got some 7mm nitrile gloves.
Oh, I'm gonna make this work just because I paid for it.
Yeah, that's probably why they cost so much, just for them fancy gloves.
Yeah, I know. I feel like E.T.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't touch the L.E.D.
Pretty sweet setup, man. They're a plug and play. They come with really nice packaging. You can see they're already labeled 9005. It's a direct plug-in. It's already got the box that converts the power to what it needs to be for an LED, because it uses a whole lot less power than what a standard halogen bulb does. Now that Andy's got the gloves on, are we going to go ahead and try and put that one in?
Absolutely. Can you see?
No, but we'll make it work.
All right. I can't either. So we're just.
Well, you're the one that really needs to see.
Nah, we're going by
We're not
feel.
going to mess these things up.
No, we're going by feel. Okay, that's not straight up and down. Try again.
I left that little headlamp thing over there. That's like a solar flare. I left it over there on the workbench.
Yeah.
It's like a bug drawing the light. I can't stop looking at it, but I see spots for like 20 seconds after I look at it.
I'm still blind.
The LEDs need to be pointing towards 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, which would be straight up and down like this. If they're pointing like this, it's wrong. It's going to hit the wrong angles on the headlight, and it's not going to shine the way it needs to. But now we got it turned out right, to the right direction. He's buttoning up this one, getting the harness plugged in where it's plug and play. Let me get a little solar flare light right here.
Our artificial sun.
Yeah.
Plug dried up.
Yeah, that's awesome how easy that is for plug and play. And then you tuck it down in the housing and put the cover back on, and then it's on to the next. He's also go to the point towards the 9 and 3 position. Which right now we're looking at like 11 and 4.
That's good. I'm glad you said that.
Okay, this side right here, the driver's side, we still have the factory halogens in. I want y'all to check this out. Kind of hard to tell on my wall the difference, but I mean you can kind of see how it's still got that yellow hue to it compared to that super bright white LED. This is low beams and fog lights on the factory setup. Here is low beams and fogs on the LEDs, and you can see just the difference in the ground here, how much brighter these already are. You have to ignore all the mess on the workbench here. Go ahead and flip it to high beams. Man, you can't even get, the camera's hardly even picking it up, it's so bright. Okay, flip it back one more time. Hopefully we'll be able to get a better shot once it gets dark outside. We're just cramming in the garage right here. Flip it one more time to highs. Wow. Okay, that is awesome. Let's go ahead and get the other side in so we can see if it melts a hole through the wall here. That's just fogs?
Just fogs.
Dude, look how much brighter this is. we did not have to jack up this other side. We did it on purpose so that you could see that you don't have to lift it. Though you saw Andy did all the work on that one. Actually, he did most of the work on both of them. That's pretty cool though, because usually I'm the one doing all the work, especially in the past. Like whenever working on his old truck that he had, we were always the labor load was more in my direction than his. But it's cool. Anybody can do it right in their driveway, dirt, don't matter. You do not need a floor jack. You don't need to lift the truck. Just gotta make sure you got the wheel turned the right way. We had it turned the wrong way at first. Other than that, I mean, it was pretty plug and play.
Yeah, everything was simple.
I mean, it was just straight clipping stuff in. What one was it? The low beam or the high beam that required us to use that double-sided tape?
Yeah,
the high beam?
on the fog.
It's the fog light.
Yeah, but we use the high beam.
The fog light has some double-sided tape that you have to hook to the. I call it the transformer. I'm not sure what it is, but it's what converts the power to be the right output for the LED, so that it's not overpowered. You just got to mount it up under there so it's just not swinging around because it's not enclosed in a housing. Other than that, this was a really, really simple job, and had we not been filming this, probably 20 minutes?
Tops.
20 minutes tops to do this job. The sun is starting to set, so hopefully we'll be able to get some footage here in just a little bit, and to show how much brighter this is at night. I mean, everybody's going to know what it's going to look like with factory headlights if you've already got them, because you got factory headlights. This will be great comparison.
Undisclosed location in Mexico. We are going to test these out now that it's dark. Let's do low beams. Okay, throw the fogs in there. Good Lord, look how bright those are. They're the high beams.
From the test drive, you all saw the results in the video. It's amazing how much difference those are over stock. How excited are you for that upgrade to be done and have that on your truck?
Oh, I'm extremely excited.
The difference with throwing the LEDs and the fog lights as well really made up the difference in filling that gap. I'm definitely going to probably go inside and do some research and try and find some for the old beater behind me, because it needs it in a bad way. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this project. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to punch the subscribe button, which should be down here in this corner somewhere, to follow for more content. I'm going to be starting on the project really soon on the truck behind me with the turbo rebuild, the up pipes, the pedestal replacement, putting a new 7+7 wheel in the turbo. Make sure to follow for more content. And it's great getting to have you join me today, Andy.
That's fun. It's like old times.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, there was a few moments there that was definitely comical. So we'll see if it makes it into the final cut or not. But until then, we'll see you next time on Junkie Fixes.